What part is this in the golf cart build?
Liftings.
No, what part number?
3.
3. I think 3 is right.
Cleaned.
Welcome to part number 3 of the golf cart build.
Because we cleaned, wrapped, and now we're doing the lift.
Well, we didn't really talk about the wrap, so I guess this is technically part 2.
Yeah. We
started wrapping the front end of the golf cart. And I recorded this, but I had some issues with the camera, and so it never made it. It's not the greatest wrap job in the world, but this is also not the greatest canvas in the world.
It's super bumpy under
Yeah, there's a lot of imperfections and scratches and stuff we had to work around.
It looks much better, though.
And then dirt everywhere. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to clean it good enough to get some of the edges to stay. So, it is what it is. It's a golf cart wrap. And the blue looks way better than the white anyway. So, aside from all that, we've got some stuff that came in. Check this out. Oh! We got some new wheels and tires. These are 23 by 10.5.
They're also
23, 10.5 by 12. Yeah, these are factory pull-offs off of some upgraded golf carts that went with different wheels. So still, they're major upgrades for our golf cart.
This is how
we're going from like a, I don't even know what this is. Let's see here. It's an 18 by 8.5 by 8 to a 23 by 10.5 by 12.
That's a big upgrade.
So we're going from an 8-inch rim to a 12-inch rim, from an 8.5-inch wide tire to a 10.5-inch wide tire, and from an 18 overall height to a 23 overall height. So
that's a big
put one of these tires in front of the golf cart, buddy. Let's see how it looks. Now, nice. So obviously we can't put these tires on as is, they won't fit. So guess what else we have for this golf cart that just came in the mail? 6-inch lift kit. This is a 6-inch spindle lift that hopefully will put the golf cart about as high as you see right here.
Oh, we'll have to self-lift.
With our ramps and stuff. So
and this will
move, buddy. Lift. It should give it a good bit of ground clearance and fit these wheels and tires nicely. So we're gonna do that, but we also got some more stuff. We've got a roll-up windshield, like a soft plastic windshield for the golf cart, so we can ride in rain. And we got some goodie boxes here.
Goodie goodies.
All right, first things first, this right here is a headlight and tail light kit. So we got tail light, and then Landon here's got the headlights. And so these will go,
are those used?
Somewhere in here, like that maybe?
No, it's because it has foam
one on each side.
There's also
and then the tail lights.
LED lights.
I'm not even sure where these go, maybe like that. Something. Yeah, it's probably something like that right there.
There's also LED
so
lights.
anyway, I've got to get with the kit and figure out, it's got installation instructions, some templates, wiring harness, everything we need for that.
And
because
some goodies in here too.
If the kids are going to be riding this golf cart around, then got to have headlights and taillights. And then to the next stuff, we got these bad boys. Do you know what these are?
LEDs.
LEDs,
Deep
that's right.
LED ones. Deep ones.
So we got some like rock lights, a rock light kit. So we're gonna deck this thing out with some cool underglows and stuff for the kids.
We can make them flash.
Yeah, it's got a remote, and then it also has a keychain remote right here. So you can push the buttons from here.
Wait, let me see.
To turn it on and off.
But you can't choose what color.
And then we got some maintenance stuff here. So this is a new carburetor, new mechanical fuel pump. We've got some plastic weld, JB Weld stuff. This back seat came unglued from the frame, so we're gonna try to glue it back in with this
That's
epoxy.
why we have the straps on right now.
And what else do we got? What else do we got? We've got a complete tune-up kit, new air filter, new pre-filter, fuel filters, and a spark plug.
It's pink.
So we'll go through that and try to get the engine running good. And then from there, we'll just see what we need. All right, so here's the spindle lift kit. Let's see what it comes with. 2 front spindles, and then the back suspension components and instructions. So this was like $180 off Amazon. We'll find out the quality. All the reviews said it was pretty good. But once we get it installed, we'll know a little better. So we'll pop these instructions out and see what we gotta do first. Okay, step 1, remove this access cover. And now it looks like we've got a bunch more stuff to clean. So we went ahead and took the bottom cover off too. And just like before, more stuff to clean. So now we have to remove the hubcaps. You should just pop off. We got some little retaining tape, just like that. Oh, Oh, look, we're missing 2 lug nuts. Nice. So next, we remove the lug nuts on the rear wheels and go ahead and pull the back wheels off. All right, so next we want to support the frame with jack stands on both sides. And then we're going to just hold the cradle of the rear diff with the jack just to support its weight. And we're going to remove this crossbar here. They are 17mm bolts. There's a bolt and a nut on both sides. You're going to want to take them both out and completely remove this bar. Okay, we got the bar removed. Next step, we're going to disconnect the top of the shock. So you see the shock right here from the shock mount, which is like right inside this cover to the left and to the right. You can see the spring there. So it's going to be this bolt and nut that we're going to remove. Okay, once we've got the top shocks unbolted, we're going to basically lower the axle all the way to the ground. Kind of hard to see. There you go. So we'll lower the axle pretty much all the way to the ground, and that'll create a bunch of room between the top of the shock and where it mounts into. And that's where this piece will come in. The correct orientation is with it angled towards the front of the car and the hoops down and the square bars up. And so we're going to mount these top 2 holes up in the original shock mount position. All right, we got the lift bracket installed. As you can see, the top of it mounts to the shock mount and the bottom of it is hanging out. And again, it'll be angled towards the front of the golf cart if it's installed correctly. I mean, if it's not installed correctly, it won't look right because it'll be hitting back here on the plastic. And so the next step, we're going to take our shocks and we're going to mount the top of our shock in these bottom holes of the lift bracket. Okay, we got the shocks mounted now. Here we go, and as you can see, it's a good bit higher up, and it actually moved the axle a little bit forward, which we expect because of the cantilever style suspension. The more you go down, the more you go forward. And so we'll probably have to trim the back edge of that wheel well right there. No big deal. We'll see when we put the wheels on it, but for now, we've got to reinstall this connecting bar here with this bracket. So the next part gets a little tricky. What we're going to do, if you take off the lower liner, you'll see there are 2 tabs that have holes in them going into the frame here. What we're going to do is we're going to take the driver's side tab and we're going to drill that out. It's already threaded. We're going to drill that out using a couple small drill bits to increase it, and then we're going to land on 13/32 as our final size, and we're going to go through the frame and through the bottom of the frame right here, just like that. And that's going to provide our mounting for our extender for our cross brace. So once we get that plate installed, you can see it's all put back in. We are going to take this existing connecting bar and reinstall it in its existing bracket on the passenger side, and then in the bottom of the new bracket on the driver's side. All right, now we've got the connecting rod in place. We can go ahead and lift up the rear of the golf cart any more required to get the wheels on. Looks like we gotta go up. Oh gosh, hope it comes in and out of my garage. I think that should be good. So now we'll go ahead and put the rear wheels on. All right, so that completes the rear lift. We got the wheels on. You can see it's a good bit taller than it used to be, and now we gotta pull it off of the front lift or the drive on to
Leaman, don't turn
start on the front. Leaman, put it in reverse.
Okay. Already in.
Landon, you hold on. Go for it. Push enough to click the brake. There you go. All right, stop. It looks like a Flintstone car.
Hey!
That's pretty goofy looking.
It's slipping me. No! But I love it. Good thing it didn't scrape the garage.
Got like an ultra hot rod thing going on. When you sit in it, does it feel like you're sliding out of the seat?
Uh-huh. It feels like I'm going down a big hill. I am sliding down the seat. If your legs aren't touching it, you slide
Wheels
down
and tires look good.
No.
All right, so front lift is next, and then we should be able to put the front tires on it. We had to trim a little bit in the back
because the wheels were too big.
Yeah, we had to cut the corner of this little bracket off, but we knew that, or we figured that. All right, dude, you ready to do the front? All right. Okay, so on the front, we're going to pretty much do the same thing. We're going to jack up the front end, put jack stands under the frame for safety, and then we're going to completely remove the front wheels. Front wheels are off. You can see the hub's exposed there, and I actually took the dust cap off of that side, but on this side, if you just pull on this rubber dust cap, it comes right off, and you can see the hub bolt. And we'll see what we gotta do next. So next we're gonna remove the hubs, and we'll do this by straightening this safety pin out here, and then pull at it from the bottom. Should come out. Sometimes you gotta manipulate it a little bit. All right, once it slides out, you can take this nut off, and we're gonna pull the hub assembly out and hold it aside. Try to keep it in a clean place because we don't want that bearing to get dirty. So once you pull this bolt out, it's a 19mm. You can see the hub assembly just slides right off of there. And you wanna, again, we're probably gonna clean that out. We'll set this in a good location, keep the bolt, keep the little cotter pin. We're gonna reuse this on the new spindle. So once the hub's off, we're gonna remove the steering linkage bracket from the existing spindle, and we'll do that by pulling these 2 cotter pins and then pull the 2 nuts bolts out, and then this piece will come off all together. So now that the hubs are removed and the steering linkage is disconnected, we're gonna pull this bottom cotter pin out right here, pull this nut off, and then we'll use a 14mm to hold that, and we'll go ahead and pull the spindle off. So now we're gonna take the existing spindle and we're going to tap out this spacer that was inserted inside of it. And I recommend spraying some WD-40 in here if your golf cart's old like mine, and letting it loose up. Tap it back and forth a little bit from this side, then tap it a little bit from this side until it loosens up, and then you should be able to tap it all the way through. Once it's out here, we're going to get to it actually before, you'll have to remove these caps that are on the top of this. These caps and this bushing are going to be reinserted in the new spindle before we put it on. Now we'll go ahead and take the existing hardware from the old spindle and use it to put the new spindle on. There we go. And pay attention to which spindle you're using. Remember, you want the hardware for the steering in the back of the golf cart. Okay, the passenger side lift is installed. We got the steering linkage connected, cotter pins back in, spindle connected, cotter pin back in, and then we got the hub connected. Tighten the hub bolt down, put the cotter pin back in, and put the dust bolt, or the dust collector back on. The dust cap back on. So this side's done. All we gotta do is do the same thing on the driver's side, and we can put the wheels on. Okay, we got the driver's side done now. You can see, all bolted up, cotter pinned, hub back on, dust boot back on, and we already got the passenger side tire on. So now, you ready to put the driver tire on? All right, let's do it. Okay, both front wheels are on. Now we just got to set it down, and then we're gonna tighten the lug nuts and take it for a drive. God, this thing's tall. Holy crap. This thing is beastly. Oh my gosh. All right, the 6-inch spindle lift is fully installed now. God, it's a tall golf cart. It's easily more than, I mean, it's way more than 6 inches taller than it was stock, right? But I guess a lot of that has to do with the wheels and tires also.
Yeah, not
so
really.
The lift moved the suspension down 6 inches, but then the additional, going from an 18-inch to a 23-inch tire,
Like,
what's that? That's 5 inches, so we got another 2.5 inches. So it's easy 8.5 inches of lift. So, all right, back it out. Be slow, because I do not know if it's gonna fit. Go. FedEx is here. Ooh, I'm filthy. We got another package for the golf cart. Go. Slow. Turn right, turn right, turn the wheel right, hard right.
why hard?
Because you got to get out by my truck. All right. Oh, it's tight. It fits though. All right, straighten the wheel out. Straighten the wheel out. All right, go. Back straight up. Nice.
Barely.
Keep backing up. All right, pull the choke so you can go a little faster.
I'm not driving this down the street.
Why? It's the same as it used to be. Turn the wheel right and go forward a little bit. Dude, that thing looks sick.
You're driving it.
Huh?
You're driving it.
It looks sick. Woo. FedEx just dropped off our rear seat kit. We got a seat kit for it too.
And we also got a new seat for the front.
Yeah, well, no, we didn't get a new seat. We got glue for it so we can fix it. We're gonna look at seat options before we do anything. Dude, that looks so sick. That looks sick, doesn't it? All right, come on, drive it. Drive it through the yard.
Okay.
Go. You gotta back up more. There we go.
It worked.
Go. That thing's so tall. You like it? That thing's huge, man.
Can you drive down the street?
Pull it back down here for now. Actually, go up to the front door and we'll put the seats in there and then drive them around. We'll put the seats in the golf cart so we can carry it down. Go up through the street. Turning that wheel is something serious. Thing's struggling a little bit with those big wheels. All right, leave it there.
It's much easier.
Yeah, we just gotta get that clutch a little stronger. These big wheels, that clutch struggles on it uphill.
I'll be right back, Gabe.
All right.
We didn't get to go down the street like you said.
Well, there you go. There's part 2 or 3. I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's actually 2. And put a 6-inch lift on it. Some 23-inch wheels and tires. Next up, we will probably won't put the rear seat on yet, but we'll go ahead, put the headlights and tail lights, do the complete engine tune-up on it, and then start doing things like the windshield and the puck lights and things like that. And we also got to finish wrapping this thing blue, but I'm not sure when that's going to happen because I kind of want to get all the dirty stuff done and then wrap it at the very end.